All right.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the Jay and Sierra Poker Show. Well, I know you already said, "Oh, Mariano,"
I didn't
but
say
this is a good one because we are not playing at the typical Hustler Casino Live craziness where it's impossible to get a read on anybody and shenanigans at every corner. This is a Mariano hand down at 2-5.
Ooh.
So down, he's playing a low stakes game, and I was watching it and I was like, this is a great spot that we just talked about not too long ago, and it's at our level too, so we can get a good read. I mean, we know the type of players that are playing these games and stuff. So mainly want to talk about one spot here on the river and see if you agree or disagree with me on a play that I've been trying to implement in my game. So
my favorite.
No, not your favorite. Are you ready?
Sure.
Here we go.
Do I look fat?
All right. Here we are. I don't know. I forgot what casino we're at, but we're at a casino somewhere. Playing low stakes for Mariano, 2-5. And we are mid to late position here with a hand that we typically play, right? Ace, queen, offsuit. You know, we're not jumping out of our seat to get it, but it's a playable hand.
I do love this hand.
Do you love it?
No.
All right.
I like it more than King Jack. I hate King Jack so much. Don't play King Jack ever.
Well, I like ace queen better than 7 deuce. So Mariano agrees with us and he raises.
Okay.
All right. $20 into the pot. And what's good to note here is that the big blind ends up calling. Just calling.
How much did he raise?
$20.
Okay.
So now we have $45 in the pot. Off to the flop of king, queen, 5. All right. Not exactly letting the world on fire here.
I love this flop.
You like second pair?
Sure.
What else do you notice about this flop in our hand?
We have ace of hearts.
Yeah, we do got the back door.
We got some backdoor draws here.
Yeah, we got some backdoor stuff going on here. All right, so
I never call it that.
Huh?
I know that's the name of it, but I don't like it being called that.
All right, so first interesting spot here that we will just talk about. We were the pre-flop raiser, right? Big blind just called us. But now big blind starts taking the lead.
I do stuff like this a lot.
Yeah, I would say it's an abnormal play, but we could already start inferring some things here.
I
right?
love stuff like this.
We've got the ace of hearts, right? So what does that tell you about the opponent's hand?
All right. I am narrowing the range. Yep. So, 2 pair. Possible heart draw. Straight draw.
Would he start firing into you with that?
Pair of kings.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know if he'd start firing. Maybe some players just going to start firing with every draw.
I do.
Yeah, maybe. But I would say 51% plus are going to check. Maybe check raise you, but they may check. So I would start bucketing those hands, and putting weights to those buckets. So, they could have 10 jack of hearts. That would be a strong hand.
Set of 5s.
Set of 5s may start betting into you. King 10 would start betting into you. And then the hands, then I would start discounting some hands that would probably check, like, 7, 8 of hearts or something like that, right? So looking at all those type of hands we're putting them on to lead into us, we just have second pair with the ace of hearts.
Okay.
And that's a big bet relative to the pot he made, $50. Do you think it's worth a call one time?
Part of me says it's worth the call, but what am I going to do on the turn? So if the turn doesn't go my way, the turn could get me in trouble, because if it's another heart, you're like, dang it, dude, I have to call. I make the call, but already making the decision of what I'm going to do on the turn.
Yeah, you're obviously thinking about the rest. If the turn comes the deuce of diamonds. easy
I
decision.
just hate the mentality of like I have to hit my hand.
Oh,
You already
no.
know with this guy. Like you already know.
No, you don't have to hit your hand.
Yeah.
You can hit some cards to that improve your hand,
that
that you'll be able to bluff
yeah.
later. I mean,
Right.
you got options. So
Yeah.
I would say definitely worth calling once to see what happens on the turn. And we get one of those blank cards.
You do
the
not
Eight
improve.
of Spades does not improve our hand. But look what happens. We get bet out to in again, right? But he originally bet the full pot, $50 into us. Now he bets $50 again, which is now 1/3 pot.
This is such an obvious novice player mistake here. Okay. This was me in the beginning. I was like, let me get tricky. I want him to keep calling, or this is like a deception thing. Like you're not looking at someone's stack, pot odds. You're kind of just betting to bet, I think, is how I played.
So your read is he's not really thinking about much. He's just thinking, I've got a good hand. I need to keep betting.
I need to keep betting.
Okay.
That's how I played all the time. And you told me that when you were at the table. You're like, what are you doing? You're like,
well, I want to take that thought process to the next level. So
you can't, though.
Hear me out. So let's just say this guy had a set of kings.
Mhm.
He had the absolute nuts. That would make sense in the flop. Well, it wouldn't make sense pre-flop, but let's just skip that. It would make sense in the flop that he basically overbet the pot.
Mm-hmm.
But then would it make sense in the turn that he goes from overbetting the pot to betting 1/3 of the pot with basically the nuts still? I think this guy, if he did have that strong of a hand, he would continue.
How much does he have behind them?
I don't know.
Well, but also, like, I never thought like that. That's it. I don't want you to take it a step further. When I started playing 2-5, I would just continue betting. I never really thought about how much was in the pot. I have a good hand.
But that's my point. You're like, I have a good hand. Wouldn't you want more money in the pot if you have that good of a hand?
I also didn't want
you
to
wouldn't
scare
just
him
keep
away.
betting. Oh, see, but I think your default is I've got a great hand, and if you had a monster hand here, Mariano could have a lot of draws that would keep.
I wouldn't put him on. Yeah, like the 2 hearts don't even scare me. So that's what I'm putting myself in the thought process of before I started getting coaching and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I never thought that way. I'm just like,
it could be. You're giving your perspective of what you used to do. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about it from like the coaching perspective and like typical players at this level and stuff. Mm-hmm. So what that bet tells me, the $50 bet tells me is maybe he's not as comfortable with his hand as I thought he was in the first place.
It gets kind of straighty for this player now. A little bit more.
Yeah, if Mariano had like suited connectors, that 8 may hit some of that right there for more outs. So tells me the $50 bet, maybe he's not as comfortable as I thought he was with his hand. So now the river pairs the 8. So we end up with just kings and 8s. And you look, he bets $50 again into us. Queens and 8s. So he bets $50 again. So this is what I wanted to talk about with this hand here. Okay, so our hand value on the river is basically a bluff catcher / showdown value.
Yeah.
Right? We beat stone cold bluffs.
That is a weird bet on the river.
But we lose to very likely hands of king 7, king 10, stuff like that. We lose to those hands. So how would you handle this river bet? I think, before you answer that, I think the conventional thought is, well, you're basically bluff catching. Like you're either going to call or fold. Those are your 2 options. Like, is it worth calling or worth folding? Right? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
But yeah, I think that's the conventional thought. Like when you get in these spots right here. But now I'm going to add a little more that I've been processing here lately. So given this whole hand from start to finish here with our opponent's bet sizing this entire time, we've inferred that he is not too comfortable with his hand.
Yes. The river bet is strange.
He is marginally happy with his hand. I put him on a king at best, right? So we lose to a king. So there's no point in calling. I am debating between folding and raising. Now, what would I have to bet to get a king to fold? Because if a heart would have came in the river, it'd be more likely he's going to fold. But now the board's not too scary. But we could have a lot of eights. We could have, I don't know, queen 8 or something that got there, right? Yeah. And to this guy that's been playing unconventional and betting small, is he going to be capable of calling, let's just say, a $600 bet here on the river?
Yeah, $600 is a lot.
Do you think he's going to be able to call that?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I don't know. It would be real player dependent if I'm going to make this bet or not.
So then if he makes a huge bet here, then me as the opponent, I'm like, he's got ace-8.
Yeah,
he's got
exactly.
He's got
ace-8.
This is stupid.
Not many players at Hustler Casino Live, the typical game, they may call you. Like they will process it and they would, But at these stakes, with these players,
$600 is I think huge overbet.
Huge overbet, and even if the guy is like, I know you're bluffing. He like, I know you're bluffing, but I still got to fold. That happens all the time.
All the time.
So this is the spot I was talking about. Let's see how Mariano handles the river here with $50 on the river. He actually ends up just paying him off. He did the bluff catching thing. Oh, there he is. King Jack. He's got King Jack. All right. So exactly kind of what we thought on the river. He just got a king at bet and he bet, right? Yeah. Bet small, which is, I mean, he just telegraphed his hand straight. But that sneaky little raise in the river, I think would have won Mariano that pot right there. So I watched that hand, and he just kind of breezes right through it, kind of talking like, oh, well, I beat a lot of heart draws. He justified the hands that he beat. But the guy played it so obvious he didn't lead out with anything less than
it's so great and terrible at the same time. I wish we could speech play a little bit better, because we know in our heads that guy has that. Like, we can call their exact hand sometimes. But just to say your king is no good and then make the bet, because we know they have a king, even though we don't have anything. It's like, your king is no good, make the bet.
That could be part of the game. We know, because sometimes we make the call, we're like, I knew I should have folded. Like, I knew you had the ace. Like, I did that the other day. I was like, I should have folded. I knew you had the ace. But just reversing him, like, your ace is no good. Or you could say, I put you on a king.
Yeah.
I think
doing some kind of speech play.
That's another level. That's a different. So we're adding levels to this, right? We're adding levels. Speech play plus the raise of the river. We're adding levels.
But it's just crazy to think, like, hey, what if I put this in there? I know we could be wrong. So much, and you're just a dummy. No, I did not have that. But a lot of the times in our mind, we're right. We're like, he's playing this exactly like I know he's playing this. What if I just said your king's no good, and then
try it? Try that stuff. That's what separates.
But I don't have, like, I'm not witty like that. Like, I'm not funny right there at the time.
You're not funny, I'll tell you that. But yeah, cool play that I want to start us implementing on our case. But it's got to be the right time, the right opponent, and the right opponent and the right stack size to be, because if the guy's got $100 behind, it's never gonna work.
Right.
So you got to find the right timing to do this.
Right. Everything's about timing and being good
and your good looks. All right. So that's all for today.
That's good looks.
Yeah. You can make anybody fold anything. That's all for today.
Bye.
Until next time. Bye.